We mentioned software. You will see more of it in our offer, in our value proposition. Definitely, we're just at the beginning of that journey. With all the acquisitions I've mentioned and the rest we are creating organically. And then the next big transformation also for Schneider Electric, and when we want to have an active role, is a transition towards a low carbon economy. We have been positioning Schneider Electric behind the meter on the demand side of electricity for the last 10 years. We know what's happening in buildings, in data centers, in manufacturing operations, in infrastructures, in terms of demand of electricity. And at the same time, we see that the world is going to consume in the next 20 years probably 3 times as much electricity as we consume today. And there is no way that electricity is going to be generated, produced, transported, and shared as it is today with a centralized system, with utilities as we know them. More and more of the power will be generated by the same users because it's cheaper, it's more efficient, it's more sustainable. I'm not saying utilities are going away, and I'm just saying that their business model will be transformed. Because we will need utilities, but not utilities as power managers and our power suppliers, but probably more utilities as software companies who will organize the game between several very decentralized producers. For Schneider Electric, as we have positioned the company behind the meter on the demand side, helping data centers, which arguably in the next 20 years are going to be the largest usage of electricity. Probably a third of electricity in 2040 will be used in data centers. And this is one of our specialties. We provide power distribution systems and automation to all the large data center players in the world. Transportation is another transformation, and a lot of all the processes are going to go electric. And even though EV is not going to be a major consumption of electricity, it's probably going to account for 10% of electricity consumption once it's at scale, 2030, 2035. Now it's going to create stress points on the grid, which you will have to balance and mitigate with more software. How you balance the electricity demand in a large building or in a store, when you have a lot of users asking for power to charge their car. How do you make choices automatically between HVAC and other loads in the building? So we see ourselves as being very legitimate with, again, a lot of software to enable that transition to a low carbon economy, and a lot of knowledge that Schneider Electric has been accumulating over the years. In that world where we see electricity being generated in a decentralized manner, in a much more sustainable fashion, and stored also, and then shared across a grid, which would have become mostly a matter of software and balancing all these loads. So this is a bit the vision we are working on, and the next transformation we plan to be very active on.